This is Mark Yates, then Accrington Stanley at home. Mark, is it difficult at this time of the year with the weather and sort of not perhaps quite as many games as you'd like? Is it difficult to sort of get the form going as you'd like it?
It's a bit bitty in terms of the training grounds. Everywhere's just so wet, and you have to be careful where we train. But no, training's been good. There'll be no excuses. We had it was a bit bitty in terms of fixtures over the Christmas period. Getting called off for waterlogged pitches is it's annoying for everybody. But one or two have had a rest. I thought we played well last week against a good, decent Burton side. Unfortunately, didn't get the result that we wanted and probably deserved. But we go into Saturday's game now, and knowing we play every Saturday now for a few weeks with a couple of midweeks in between. In decent spirits and decent form. And
still only 6 points off the playoffs as well.
Yeah, exactly. We're not getting carried away. We're mid-table at the moment, and we need to. We're not too far from the bottom, so we make sure we keep picking up points. But we'll just try and do our business quietly. We'll just try and catch one or two teams up every week.
And training this week, and also the reserves game, an opportunity to have a closer look at Michael Ihiekwe.
Yeah.
I mean, is he as ready for first team action as Connor Goldson was?
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah, of course he is. And whether he starts on Saturday, remains to be seen. But I've brought him here to be involved, and Wolves are certainly keen to get him involved and get him playing regular games. So he played well the other day, and we'll see what we come up with Saturday.
And how much can he benefit from playing the other day and having a week's training?
Yeah, I wanted him to have a look at us and look at the shape that we've been playing lately. So, I wanted to have a closer look at him, under playing with League Two players, and he did very well.
First league win of the season was away at Accrington, obviously at home to them this
Yeah.
weekend. I mean, in a way, it sort of set the tone for the away form this season. Could it do the same for the home form?
Let's hope so. Yeah, let's hope so. They've improved leaps and bounds by all accounts on a couple of DVDs that we've watched, reports that we've had. They've got some experienced players there, the two fullbacks, strikers, Oda J and Webber. They've got good wide men. It's going to be a difficult game. Murphy in the middle of the park's a threat. They've got some good players, and it's going to be a tough game. But we've got to make sure that we do everything we can to perform as well as we can and try and win the game.
James Beattie's brought a few, and you mentioned Cody Odejo there, obviously him, but I mean, there's others as well he's brought in on loan. Will they sort of take a little bit of time to bed down? Can you take advantage of that?
I don't think so. I don't think he's brought in too many in this week that are going to need bedding in. I'm talking, Nicky Hunt at fullback and Lee Naylor. There's players who've played a lot higher than League Two, so we've got to be aware of their strengths, but we've got to concentrate on what we're good at, and hopefully we can perform to the best of our ability on Saturday. We're going to need to, because the league is that tight and literally anybody can beat anybody. But if we're at it, and we lost a little bit of concentration on a couple of things on Saturday that cost us, particularly the first goal. When we had good possession in there, deep in their half of the pitch. So we just got to tighten up on one or two things like that, and just go and perform like we did for the majority of the game against Burton.
You clarified the situation with Ashley Vincent for us a week ago and gave him a sub-appearance late on at Burton. Has there been any change in his focus from your point of view in the week since?
He's played in the reserve game, scored a couple of goals, trained well Monday. I don't want to keep talking about him. You'll have to do his talking on the pitch, hopefully.
And in terms of your pursuit for loan players, any news of anything there?
Not right now. Just got to establish exactly where we are, what we're doing. We've got a couple of targets, a couple of things bubbling away underneath, but nothing for Saturday, I don't think.
Is it looking like it might be now towards the end of the month?
I'm open. Open. It's not open. I want to get most of it done next week, really, if I do anything at all.
Ben Brown was on trial in the reserve game.
Yeah.
Any possibility there?
He lives local. He lives Carterton way, and I've told him he can keep coming in and training with us. Try and arrange another game for him next week, or not for him, for everybody next week or the week after. I thought he did well the other day. We'll see on that one.
Injuries? How is everyone?
Everyone's pretty good. I think David's David's the one who's probably going to miss the game, but hopefully this will be the last one he misses, and he'll be available next week for a tough game at Plymouth.
Thank you. Good luck.
My pleasure. Cheers.
Well, do you know exactly what you got to play with now?
No, I'm
clearer.
Not particular. Well, I'm meeting the chairman later today. Well, tonight and tomorrow. I'm talking to Paul Godfrey later today. They had a bit of a chat yesterday. I'm just waiting to find out that, and then I'm meeting the chairman in the next couple of days. And I'm not in any rush, John. We just need to. I've put my views across. They're talking about it and talking about what we can do, and we'll go from there. I'm not, like I say, I'm not in any mad rush right at this moment in time to do anything. I'll wait for an answer, and when I get it, I'll be able to move on it.
Yeah, they backed you well when you've asked for loans, but you've obviously brought in money with cup runs and that sort of thing. But you pushing them, you're trying to eke a little bit more out of them at the moment.
The only reason I let Keith Lowe and Russ Penn go was on the grounds that we got to reinvest back in the squad, and that's what I'm aiming to do. And I don't see any reason why they won't be true to their word. And we won't be splashing money around, but hopefully there's a little bit there that we can just at the right time go and get the right players to add to what we've got. We've got a good squad, but we haven't got probably the numbers that we'd ideally like. But that said, I can quite happily put an 11 out and subs out, every week.
Yeah, you can't really let anyone else go at the moment, can you?
No,
the numbers
no. We need to be mindful of numbers, and I don't think letting too many more go is an option. So, we've done our outgoings business probably, unless something drastic happens.
Yeah, can I put one name to you?
You can.
Ryan Hall, is he a player that you would like to sign, or is he? What's the situation with him? Because has he got a club at the moment?
He hasn't got a club at the minute. I've spoke to him, but that's all I've got to say on it at the moment in time.
Yeah. So is it all down to finances?
Well, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, of course it is. But he'd be keen to come, I think, and hopefully we can get something done. But it's one of a couple that we're pursuing at the moment.
Yeah. So you don't think there'll be anything before Accrington, but hopefully next week.
Yeah.
And you'll know exactly
what
you've got to play with by then.
I'm not in any mad rush. I've got a team for Saturday in my mind. I don't want to be doing it on the last day of the transfer deadline. I don't think that's going to be happening this year. We've got a couple of targets. It just remains to be seen whether we can afford them and get them. Yeah,
with David Noble out, Sam Deeran's played at the bottom of the diamond a couple of times, and he played well there in the reserve game. Is that you happy with him in that role?
Yeah,
you think he did all right?
I thought he did all right against Burton, but I wanted him to get some more game time out there. He hasn't played as much over the last couple of months as we would all have liked. So that was the reason for him playing Tuesday, and we'll see where we are for Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. Cheers.
All right. Thanks.